Builders are getting aggressive right now. We're seeing big incentives, rate buy downs, closing cost credits, and cash just to move inventory. At the same time, the sheer number of options and the complexity of building can feel paralyzing. You probably have this vague idea in your head of what you want your next home to be, especially if you're thinking of building. But trying to make that vision happen in this market is confusing and can feel overwhelming. And underneath all of it is this quiet fear: what if I make the wrong decision and it costs me tens of thousands of dollars, months of my time, or even worse, what if I end up with a house that doesn't actually fit my life? If that sounds even remotely familiar, you're in the right place. I'm Jordan Davis. I'm leader of the Davis team, and we specialize in construction right here in Dallas Fort Worth. One of the biggest mistakes that we see buyers make is using the phrase new construction like it's one single thing, when it really is this giant umbrella covering many different paths. Today, we're going to narrow down and focus on two options that confuse buyers most: semi-custom and fully custom. What does that mean? While they sound similar, they come with completely different timelines, budgets, sometimes stress levels, and expectations. So the goal here isn't just to sell you on one or the other, it's to help you be brutally honest about which one fits your life. And stick with me, because at the end, I'll share some single questions that we ask clients that almost instantly clarifies which path is right and which one will drive them crazy. The semi-custom home, let's cover that one first. It's the most common path in Dallas Fort Worth. This is the middle ground. You begin with a builder's portfolio of floor plans, layouts they've already designed, tested, and built successfully many times over and over before. From there, you usually get options. You may be able to add a bedroom or convert a bedroom, extend a covered patio, adjust layouts a little bit, or choose between different elevations. But once the structure is set, you head to the design center where you select flooring, cabinets, countertops, lighting, and your exterior finishes. You're choosing from a curated menu, but it's a large one. This is where semi-custom really shines. You get to personalize without starting from a completely blank page. The builder has already handled the architecture and engineering, which keeps the process a little bit more predictable for you. In Dallas Fort Worth, semi-custom homes typically take, I would say 6, maybe even up to 12 months from contract completion. It's not fast, but it's structured. Now for the honest trade-off. You're still operating inside the builder system. You can't redesign the home from scratch. And the design center can quietly become a budget black hole. Those upgrades add up so fast, and it's very easy to spend tens of thousands more than you originally planned, even if you have a realtor, even if you're careful. When it comes to semi-custom homes, I have a story of a recent buyer who is still waiting after a year to break ground. Permits had to get pulled, deadlines have been missed, and the builder has absolutely no fault and absolutely no increased incentives in missing their deadlines or penalties. And so this buyer is continuing to rent in a house that he has no timeline for when his home is going to be built. We're hoping to break ground now after a year, but surely because they were going with a new phase of the development, everything had to wait on city permits, developers, things like that. And so that left them stuck for probably 6 months longer than they had planned. So who is semi-custom really for? It's for buyers who want their home to feel personal, but don't want the responsibility of managing every single decision. It's for people who appreciate flexibility, but also appreciate some guardrails. For a lot of buyers, this ends up being the sweet spot for them. So let's talk about the fully custom home. This is a little bit less popular, and there are a little bit more guardrail or a little bit more challenges involved. Fully custom means you're starting with a blank slate. You choose the land, potentially you hire an architect or a design firm, and you design the home from the ground up. Every wall, every window, every material choice is up to you. This gives you total freedom. You can design a home that fits your lifestyle perfectly, whether that means acreage, privacy, or truly a one-of-a-kind layout. I have another new construction customer who's also building a semi-custom home, and I swear at every turn she's been told no. She built brand new construction, fully custom for her last 2 homes, And it has been shocking to her how many times she's told no at every turn. When you go in with semi-custom, you are told here are the 3 colors for carpet, for flooring, for your fireplace backsplash, your backsplash of your kitchen or your countertops. Here are the 4 base colors that come at the cost that's been quoted to you. Everything else is an upgrade, an upgrade, an upgrade. And so you've got to be prepared that the things you want may be upgrades. You also have to be prepared that sometimes you're told no. This particular buyer is wanting gold throughout the home, but they don't have gold door handles. So everything's going to be silver, and she's going to have to replace it once she moves in. I think when she thought, I'm going to build a home, she thought the day that she closed and moved in, she would be done. And she's finding that she's going to have to spend more money and more time making the home exactly how she wants it. So you just have to be clear going into it, what expectations are, and that you're going to be told no sometimes when it comes to semi-custom. But here's the part that often gets glossed over. That freedom comes with time, with cost, and with a mental load. Custom homes in DFW often take 12 to 24 months, sometimes longer. They typically require construction loans, larger down payments, and more financial commitments. You've got to have some flexibility. Beyond the money, the timeline, there's decision fatigue. You will make hundreds, sometimes thousands of decisions. For some people, that's exciting. For other people, like me, that feels overwhelming and exhausting. Fully custom homes are best suited for buyers with a very clear vision and a strong budget and emotional bandwidth to stay engaged for the long haul. They also need housing solutions. We share all of this because the hardest calls we get are from buyers who say, I wish someone had explained this before we committed to everything. If you're trying to decide between semi-custom and fully custom, and you want help making it through, we're happy to help, to be a resource to you. No pressure, just clarity. Here's the question that changes everything. Do you want freedom or do you want certainty? If you value predictability, clear timelines, and fewer surprises, semi-custom usually wins. If you value total control and uniqueness above all else, fully custom may be worth it. Neither option is better, but choosing the wrong one for your personality is where regret can happen. And no matter which path you choose, remember this, the builder's sales representative works for the builder, not for you. Having representation from a team that understands new construction protects your money, your time, and your sanity. If this helped, drop a comment and let us know which path you're leaning toward. And if you want help navigating your specific situation, the Davis team is here. We'll help you make the smart move, not just the exciting one.